Hello, today, welcome back to Jonah and Noah Sports, even though honestly I should be, it should be my name first of his, but we'll talk about that later.
Even though I have more
Anyway,
knowledge about sports.
okay, anyways, we're gonna get started, but yeah, today we're gonna be predicting the Buccaneers record. So, I'm gonna let my dad start because he is a gigantic Buccaneers fan.
Yes.
So, yeah, Dad.
So I'm going to start. My first game is against the San Francisco 49ers. We're at home. I guess we'll talk a little bit about the both teams. San Francisco, I think they'll be pretty decent. I think they'll be competitive throughout the season, probably as long as Garoppolo stays healthy. Obviously, they got Quan Alexander from us. I think we actually made a little bit of an upgrade. I think Devin White will be a little bit better than Quan. I don't know about this season, but I think going forward. But anyways, San Francisco, they got Joey Bosa, they got Quan, they've added a few players. I think they'll be pretty decent, but I think we're going to win this first game at home, okay? So if I had to predict a score for that game, I guess I will go with 27-24 we will win. It'll be a close game, semi-high scoring, but I think our defense will make enough plays, we'll get enough turnovers, and I think we'll win that game. All right, week 2, we are at San Francisco, and it's actually a short week. It's 8:20, so it actually won't be a short week for us. We're at the Panthers. I'm saying we're probably going to lose this game. Panthers, I think, are going to be pretty good. They got a good defense. I think Cam Newton's going to have a bounce-back season. I think they're going to be good.
So 1-1.
Okay. All right, next week, we are the Giants. We're playing at home against the Giants. That is another win for us. Giants, I don't think will be that great. I didn't say the score of the other game, but I guess I'm not going to say score of every game. So that's win. So we're 2-1. All right, then we're at the Rams. That is a loss.
That is a loss.
And then we are going at so that's 2-2. So then we're at New Orleans. We've actually beat New Orleans quite a bit at New Orleans. We're actually pretty good. So I'm actually going to say that's going to be a win. So we will be 3-2. Headed into the next week, and this is the London game, and we are in London against the Panthers. I will say we won that game, so we'll be 4-2. Okay. Then we are at the Titans. That's going to be a close game, but you know what? I think we're going to have a chance to win that game. Some say we're going to be 5-2, which is crazy, but that's what I'm saying. And I'm a Buccaneers fan. I think we already said that, right?
Yeah,
I might be a little biased.
Dad,
okay. So then we're at Seattle. That is probably going to be a loss. I'll say that makes us 5-3. Then we're at the Cardinals. We'll definitely win that one. We'll be 6-3. Then the Saints at home, we'll lose. We'll be 6-4. And then we start playing the Falcons at home. I think we'll probably lose that, so we'll be 6-5. Then we're at Jacksonville. I think we'll probably lose that. We'll be 6-6. Then we're at home with Indianapolis. I think maybe upset win right there. We'll be 7-6. At the Lions, I think we could win that. That's 8-6. Then we play at home Houston. I think we could possibly win that. I'll say 9-6. And then we're at home for the Falcons, which I think will be either, so if we're 9-6, I think we'll probably be 9-7 if I had to guess. I think we might lose to the Falcons probably twice, maybe, because I think the Falcons actually are going to be one of the better teams, not just in our division, but in the entire NFL. So that's just my prediction.
One thing I gotta say about that is I completely disagree. Get that out my. That wasn't even really of a deep dive. That was just Buccaneer bias. Get that out my face, boy. Okay, first week against the 49ers. I actually think the Bucs will win that game. I think they'll win that game 28-24, 27. 28-24. I think they'll beat the 49ers 28-24.
Okay.
That second week against the Panthers. Mm-hmm. That is a loss. Cam Newton, like I said, I think I agree with him on the first 2-3 games. I actually agree with him on. I think because I think Cam Newton have a bounce back year. I think he'll be great. I think the Panthers will be good again. So yeah, I'll say 1-1 start this. 1-1 to start the season.
We're at home for the Giants.
And at home against the Giants. The Giants are trash. Second worst team in the league in my opinion, because the Dolphins are a tad bit worse. And so yeah, I'll say the Bucs wins that. They're 2-1. There's nothing else to say. Who the Giants have? Eli Manning.
All right. Next game is at the Rams, which is probably a loss.
At the Rams, that is a loss. I would say you lose that by 2 touchdowns, probably a score of 35-21. Next game
is at the Saints.
Okay, that's a loss again. So I think that is
beat the Saints last year in the first game of the season, and
that was when you were good.
Fitzmagic,
That's
baby.
when you were good, but you're not good anymore. So I would say Fitzmagic is weird.
Gone.
He's weird, but gone. But okay, so I think they'll lose that.
So
game.
that's
I think
what.
they'll go 2-3. I think that'd be a close
All right,
game.
So then
I think they'll lose it 31-28.
Gotcha. Okay, then now we're in London. It's a home game for us, but we're in London against the Panthers. So and not only that, well, actually, it's not a short week. It's on a Sunday, but it's in the morning, obviously, 9:30 a.m., which is awesome because we get to have Buccaneers football at 9:30 in the morning. What?
Okay. That's a tough one for me because I do think that the Bucs will win one of their games with the Panthers. But I will have to say
it's the only problem is
that's a loss.
I would agree with that too, but the only problem with this is it's supposed to be a home game, but it's not. It's in London.
Yeah, that's why if it was a home game, I would have said that's a dub. But since that
game is gonna come down to all defense.
That game's gonna be all defense.
So and I think Panthers defense is a little better than the Buccaneers, but I definitely think our defense is gonna be drastically improved. Okay, next game.
Wait, hold on. I think that is a loss. I think the Bucs will go 2-4.
So then we're at the Tennessee Titans.
I don't believe in the Titans.
Well, I'm sorry. After the London, we have a bye week, so we're coming out. I didn't say that before, but we're coming out of a bye and playing the Titans, which I think the Titans are a good team, but I think we can beat them.
You gotta let me finish.
We're coming out of a bye. We're gonna be healthy. We're gonna be healthy.
Let me state my case. Okay.
Go ahead.
Look, I think the Bucs will beat the Titans. I think they'll be 3-4 on the season. You know why? I don't believe in the Titans. I like Marcus Mariota. I like Derrick Henry. But I don't know. They've been doing this like the last 3 years. They just start freaking Dion Lewis over Derrick Henry.
So you think the Buccaneers are going to lose this game?
No, I said win the game.
Okay, so what does that put us at?
3-4.
Okay, so now we're at Seattle, which I think is going to be extremely tough.
Finish the Derrick Henry. So the Derrick Henry, I don't know why they do that every year. They start off the year not starting Derrick Henry, and then they start him. So I just don't trust them.
Well, no, Derrick Henry started all last year.
No, he didn't.
Who started for him?
Dion Lewis started the first few games, like the first 5 games.
No, Dion Lewis always came in as he's like a third down back.
No, you want to look it up. You could look it up.
Well, that's for another podcast. Okay, yes. The next game is. So you think that's a loss?
Yes.
All right, the next game.
No, I said that's a dub.
What?
I said the Titans is a dub.
Okay. All right, just making sure. The next game is at Seattle.
Loss. That's 3-5 on the season right there. Russell Wilson, top 10 quarterback.
Okay.
The Seahawks defense is way better than the Buccaneers defense, so that's a loss. Simple as that.
Seattle's defense is decent, but they're not like world beaters like they were before.
Yeah, but
anyways,
better than
all right, now we're at home against the Cardinals. That's a win. 2-touchdown win.
Hold up, I'm saying my case. You Buccaneer fan,
you think the Cardinals are gonna beat us?
No, but you didn't let me finish. I should say that in my prediction just because you suck. Because I believe in Kyler Murray. I think Jameis Winston will go down as an all-time decent quarterback. Kyler Murray, I believe it. He is a stud. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer one day, and put that on my grave.
Hall of Famer?
Put that on my grave.
He hasn't played a single snap.
People say that Nick Bosa said he hasn't played a single snap. People say about Zion Williamson he hasn't picked up a single basketball in the NBA. So
okay, so you're comparing Zion Williamson to who?
I'm not comparing them.
You just said his name.
I'm just comparing the situation.
You think so you're telling me that Zion Williams? Right? No, we're getting off subject here, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's finish.
I think that the Buccaneers will get a dub right there.
All right. So
and they'll be 4-5 because Kyler Murray, he's great, but it's his rookie year.
All right. So then we're at home against the Saints next week.
At home against the Saints. Actually, I think you win this one. I think you'll be 5-5. I think when the Buccaneers.
Okay.
I think the Buccaneers, when they are 3-5, for some reason in the past years they seem to rally together and start winning games.
All right.
I think they'll be
5-5. Next game is that's when we start playing the Falcons.
Loss.
We're at the Falcons.
Loss.
Got you. Okay.
That is a loss because in my opinion the Falcons are potential Super Bowl contenders
That's
and the
the same thing I was
Buccaneers
saying.
are. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Got you. Next game at the Jaguars.
Loss. Loss again. I'll give that a loss.
Fine.
That's 5-7.
At home against the Colts.
A loss.
Got you.
5-8. That's you just like let us give it through. You just mad because I'm giving you losses.
Next game.
Hold on. You gotta let me lay on. The reason why I think the Jaguars will win this game is because it's going to be a defensive battle. And the Bucs are going to be controlled. Their offense will be controlled, and their defense is that good. And Nick Foles, he's not the best.
So you think I think our offense will be much better than the Jaguars. I mean, I agree with their defense will be better, but I think our offense is better.
But I think they'll lose that game.
Okay.
So
all right. Next game, we're at. You said the Lions. We don't really talk about the Lions. Who cares about the Lions?
I'll say that's a dub. So I'll give them not 6-8 on the season so far.
Then we're at home against the Texans, Houston Texans. Now, granted, this is the last two game of the season. So this is if we are in the playoff hunt or Houston is. This game is going to be extremely important to either one of these teams.
So right now the Bucs I have them at 6-8. Are they in the playoff hunt? Technically, yes. But
realistically,
Houston,
no.
I think
not
Houston,
at 6-8, bro. I don't think that's gonna because you can only get to 8-8.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get the playoffs.
One thing I could say about that is I think the Bucs will try their hardest to get into the playoffs. They'll try to Baker Mayfield, Browns it, try to get that playoffs.
What?
Last year, the Browns tried to make.
Dude, this is about the Buccaneers schedule. This is not about the Browns.
You're not letting me finish.
That is our next podcast. Our next. Just tune in, just to let you know we got one more game he's going to do here. And then our next podcast is going to be about the Browns. We're going to predict the Browns schedule. So this guy right here is a bandwagon.
Bro, the Browns are fired. Okay, let me finish.
So the last game, so against Houston, win or lose?
I would say that's a win.
Okay, so we're 7-8. Last game at home against the Falcons. I think we'll be 8-8.
That is a loss right there.
That is a loss. Listen, hold on.
That is a loss.
The Falcons are already going to be in the playoffs at this point.
Yes, I still think you'll lose. You will put your backups in and you'll lose.
Hold up. Listen. Really?
Yes. As the last game of the season, they're not going to risk injury, and I think the Bucs won't care for anything.
No.
I think that they'll be 7-9.
Jameis Winston will be playing for his contract. You really think they're going to sit Jameis Winston?
Oh, yeah, good
The
point.
Falcons are going to sit their players because they're going to already be in the playoffs. I think at this point, we'll go over the Falcons. We're going to go over every team in the NFL, but we start with the Bucs because this is, my podcast. Well, and my son, but mainly mine, and the Buccaneers are also. Anyways, and the Browns haven't won a Super Bowl since my grandfather was born. So, anyways, 1964.
And the Bucs have been trashed for a really long time.
And the Browns haven't won a playoff game in how long?
14 years.
Yeah, the Buccaneers has only been like 12.
Buccaneers have been trashed the last
year. All right, so
okay.
So you said you think we're going to be 7-9?
Actually, I'm gonna rethink this. I think they'll be 7-9, and I think they'll win. I mean, they're gonna lose against the Texans. No, I think they'll lose against the Texans and win against the.
So 7-9 is our final record for the Buccaneers.
I had to think that through a little bit. I think the Texans will win the playoff, but I still think they'll lose that game. So,
okay.
All
right. So now, since we made the predictions for the season, you said 7-9. I said what? 9-7.
7. I said 7-9.
Okay. So now we're gonna transition to actually talk about the Buccaneers and why I think they're going to be 9-7. Why I think they're going to be so improved because they were obviously 5-11 last year. Yeah. So it starts obviously with our new head coach in Bruce Arians. I think he's just going to totally change our culture here, which is what we've needed for how long. We've had talent. The Buccaneers have had talent. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But our culture, our coaching, I don't think we've had a really good coach since John Gruden left us. Got fired or whatever happened. That was, fiasco thing. If you go through our coaches, you start with Raheem Morris, who just wasn't ready. I don't think he's a bad coach. I don't think he'll ever probably be a head coach again, though. But anyways, so we had Raheem Morris. That obviously didn't work out. Then we went to Greg Schiano, which didn't obviously work out either. He's a college coach. He'll never be another NFL head coach again. And then we went to Lovie Smith, who was basically just taking money. I don't think he really cared about the Buccaneers. Yeah. I don't think he really cared about much. I think he was just collecting a check, and I don't know. It just didn't work out. Then we went to Dirk Cutter, which Dirk Cutter is a great offensive coordinator. I think he's going to do I think the Falcons, that's why I'm picking the Falcons to be I think they're going to be probably number one offense in the NFL.
Yeah, Falcons are going to be great.
And I think their defense is going to be improved because they're got all the guys coming back. So I really think the Falcons are actually going to probably be a top 3 seed in the NFC, but they got to compete with the Saints, but we'll see. Anyways, so we're talking about the Buccaneers, and
I think, like I said, the reason why I say the Buccaneers are going to be 7-9 is because I agree with everything you said.
I was going through the coaches, dude, and I totally stopped the guy. All right, so the coaches. So then we went to Lovie Smith. So Dirk Cutter. Now we got Bruce Arians, which Bruce Arians I think is one of the better coaches in the NFL coming in. I know he took off last year, but I think he's going to just totally change the culture of the Buccaneers, which from everything I've heard, everything I've listened to, it's pretty much changed already. And the biggest thing, Bruce Arians, and the next biggest thing was him making sure he brought in Todd Bowles. I really, really like Todd Bowles. And just to give you a little preview, I think Todd Bowles will probably be our head coach at some point. When Bruce Arians decides to, call it for bids. Because Bruce Arians is like in his late 60s. So I don't know if he's going to play out his entire contract. I'd say give him 2, maybe 3 seasons. And I think it goes over to Todd Bowles. And hopefully Brian Leftwich can be a really good offensive coordinator. And he'll be our, offensive coordinator / assistant head coach going forward. Anyways, so Bruce Arians I think is going to totally change this team. I think our offense is going to be just as good as it was last year. But I also think we're going to run the ball much better. Ronald Jones so far has been the most improved player in training camp. Obviously that's not hard because he did absolutely nothing last year. But he's looked really good so far. So if he can contribute anything to our running game and out the backfield, stuff like that, it's going to make our offense even better than it was last year. Okay?
Let me get on this real quick. That was a good statement. Good one. Once. Bruce Arians is a way better coach than any of the Buccaneers I ever had, and I can admit that. He's definitely changed the culture. But every single news article...
Tony Dungy? He's probably the second... Because we had Tony Dungy, John Gruden. Those are 2 Hall of Fame coaches when they want to be done.
Okay. All right. I'm talking about right now. I'm not talking about all the time, but okay. What I got to say is, Bruce Arians... awesome coach. I think he'll change the culture. Every single article about anything always says they're changing the culture. Yeah. So I don't want to hear that, but I think he actually will change the culture. I think they'll be a better team. But the reason why I still have them at 7-9, they'll be competitive, but they're not a playoff team. And they're just not a playoff team. I'm sorry. That defense. No, let me finish. That defense is laughable at some points. I mean, they're good. The defensive line...
You just said we're laughable, then you said we're good.
No, I said laughable at some points. You're not listening.
But they're good.
Yeah, I said they're laughable at some points, but good at other points.
Okay. So...
Wait, let me finish. Okay. Defensive line is trash. Trash. I'm tired. You gave old players disgusting contracts. You give Eddie Curry ghosted. Really? You think that's gonna improve your defense?
So Ndamukong Suh is not an improvement over Jared McCoy.
No, Jared McCoy is just as good as Ndamukong Suh.
No, he's not.
It's just replacing a decent player with a decent.
Okay, let me talk now.
No.
Ndamukong Suh and Jared McCoy are 2 different players. They're both really good. Listen,
Jared McCoy's better at what he does.
Look, Jared McCoy was majorly unappreciated with Tampa Bay, and he's a great player. / French. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. But
yeah, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
No, I don't think so. Not at this point. Unless he goes out and say if he has like 3 seasons of 8 sacks, yeah, he'll be a Hall of Famer. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
All right.
But the difference between Ndamukong Suh and Jared McCoy, the biggest difference is Ndamukong Suh is bigger and stronger. And he's much better at playing the run. And now that you have Ndamukong Suh, he's one of the best defensive tackles against the run. You can look up Pro Football Stats. Okay, then we have our rookie from last year, Vita Vea. Listen, teams are not going to be able to run the ball up the middle on us. They're going to be forced to on the outside, okay, and they're going to be forced to throw the ball. Who's going to run the ball on us? Freaking. The guy, Vita Vea, is 350 pounds, dude. He got hurt last year. He came on towards the end of the season.
Let me say something. You're not even let me finish. You're Buccaneers fan. Let me tell you something.
Teams will not be able to run the ball up us. Listen, that's one of the biggest pet peeves with our defense. People will just gash us up the middle. They'll run the ball up the middle, and then that sets up the pass.
Look, let me tell you something very simple. The run defense is very important in today's NFL. But pass rush is the most important thing. Edge players are the most important thing. Pass rush and linebackers and secondary are the most important thing. Not run defense. Run defense is important. And I think you guys will be better run defense. I think Ndamukong Suh is better.
If you become one-dimensional.
Let me finish. Let me tell you something. Ndamukong Suh helped the run. He ain't going to help with no pass rush, though.
We're pass rush
is going to be worse.
No, it's not. Our pass rush, we're going to have more sacks than we did last year.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we will.
No, okay, let me tell you something. Right, let me finish.
We're going to blitz. Listen, between Devin White and Levante David, I will tell you right now, we're going to have 15 sacks between those 2 guys. 7 sacks apiece. 7.5 sacks apiece.
Okay, sure, buddy.
That's all right.
A little high.
A little high. I'm going to say 10 sacks between both of them. That's too high. So if we can produce 10 sacks between 2 guys right there, okay, that's 10. You're telling me that Carl Nassib,
no,
he had 6.5 seasons?
I don't want to care about
Carl Nassib.
Carl Nassib is a good player and a good pass rusher. But yeah, see,
that's one thing. Nobody ever gives Jason Light credit. Okay.
Well, can I say something?
Jason Light, I don't think to this point. Okay, we've obviously not had very good teams, so he's probably not been a good GM. But one thing you can say about Jason Light is he is extremely good at finding players later in the draft or guys off waiver wires that can come in and make impacts. Carl Nash had 6.5 sacks last year. Why can't he do that again?
Look, one thing I'm just gonna say. You're not letting me.
No offense.
You're not letting me talk. You're not letting me talk.
Go ahead.
I talk?
Yeah.
You're going off, and I see why you're going off because you're a Buccaneers fan and you want to be traumatized.
I'm being realistic.
You are not being realistic.
That's at 15 sacks. That would between two linebackers. That would be ridiculous. I'd change it to 10 though. 15 was too high.
Yeah.
You don't think between Devin White and Levante David we can have 10 sacks?
Maybe. That's a maybe. Not yet. Maybe. But one thing I can say is this. Look.
Remember I told you?
I'm actually not. I'm not like a Bucs hater. I actually like the Bucs team, and that's why I put them at 7-9.
And you're wearing a Bucs jersey. Show the people you're wearing a Bucs jersey.
Oh no.
Who are you wearing? Hold on a second. What does that say? No. If you're a real Buccaneers fan, you remember this number 24. Remember Cadillac Williams? Woo! Against Buffalo Bills at home?
Look,
oh my God, that dude, he broke 50 tackles in that game. It was insane.
You're going off topic.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad.
The only reason why I'm wearing this is to support
Cadillac,
my father.
baby. Cadillac.
I am a Falcons and Browns fan, not a Buccaneers fan. And I'm not a Buccaneers hater. I understand why people think they can maybe make the playoffs or they can maybe do stuff. But I'm not a hater. I'm not those people who think they'll be 4-12 every year because even though it shows proof that they're gonna be 4-12 every year.
When have we been 4-12?
So I meant 5-11. I'm gonna say, but 5-11 every year. But look, let me just say something simple.
You're taking a win
I think Chris Godwin will have a breakout season. I think that's
fantasy true. Guys. We'll do a fantasy show too at some point. But I'm telling you right now, I haven't looked at it, but I'm pretty sure Chris Godwin is probably being took way later in fantasy drafts. That is a sleeper right there, dude.
I know. He's a sleeper. He's a good sleeper.
Listen, they're going to put Chris Godwin in the slot and use him like they use Larry Fitzgerald.
Can I say something? Look.
Go ahead.
All right.
We're still talking about the defense.
All right, yes. You don't even let me go talk about the Bucs and why I think they're going to be 7-9. I think Bruce Arians is going to help this team a lot. I think he's going to build culture. I think they're going to have 2 more wins.
I'm just saying, we're at 20 minutes. How do people do videos on YouTube? I don't know.
Oh my gosh, my dad's funny.
Anyway, this is our first video, so we don't,
the middle of the video.
Hey, this is live, dude. Anyways, all right, we might edit this part, so it's all good because we can edit it.
Yeah, obviously, we're just gonna edit that out.
So,
anyways, like
I'm telling you right now, I think the defense is gonna be improved. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we're not gonna go from being last to first, or even top 10. But I do think if we can get into the 20
dude right here.
If we can be ranked anywhere from 15 to 20 on defense, okay, that is worth. We were 5-11. If we go from last to 20th in the league, that is worth 3 wins.
Look. Let me just say really quick. I am tired of you talking. You're not even letting me finish. Look, the reason why I think you didn't let me finish.
Yeah, I did.
You're a delusional Bucs fan that won't let me talk because you're so delusional about Bucs.
What are you doing right now?
So look, let me tell you something. Simple as this. I was talking to you. It rudely interrupted me, Dad. Anyways, Bucs will be 7-9. 7-9. The reason why is I think Bruce Arians will help the culture. I think Chris Godwin will have a breakout year. I think OJ Howard will have a better year. I think the Bucs will be better.
That's exactly what I just said. That's 3+ wins. That's 3 more wins.
3 wins. The defense is not going to be that much better.
7.
The defense is not going to be that much
8.
better.
My bad.
The defense will not be that much better. And you know why the defense won't be that better? Yeah, they've got better run defense because they're replacing
Jordan. You don't think we can be 8-8? You don't think we can be 8-8?
Yeah, your win. I'd say your win, what your range of wins you guys are at is from 6 to 9.
10 to 6.
No, 6 and 9. 6 to 9 wins is your projected. I would say 6 to 9 wins.
We can win 10. Are you forgetting? Okay, I'm not.
Let me
go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
I'd say projected wins for the Bucs is 6 to 9. I would say the worst they could do is probably 6 wins. The best they could do is 9 wins. That's I would say the Bucs projected for me. But anyways, let me finish. The Bucs, their defense is not going to be that much better. Run defense is important. But
you don't think our defense are you serious?
A pass rusher who is good at run defense with a guy who's a decent pass rusher who's better at run defense isn't going to make the run defense that much better. And Devin White is not that much of a replacement over Quan Alexander. Yes, he's more athletic. He can do more stuff with the run and other things. But in coverage, he is not going to be better.
He's a rookie.
People are forgetting this man is a rookie.
Quan Alexander came in as a rookie and was excellent.
But dude,
and he was a fourth-round draft pick.
Devin White is super raw. Devin White is
no, he is not.
Raw.
He's one of the best defensive players in the draft.
He is raw. Have you seen film on this man?
No, listen,
I've seen film on him. He is raw.
He was a running back. He was one of the best running backs in high school.
Can I finish? Look, he is raw.
You just said. Hold on a second. Though.
Raw.
You just said he's more athletic than Quan.
Yes.
How is he not going to be better in coverage then?
He's not though, because he's not. He doesn't know how to read the quarterback or do offensive sets.
But that Quan wasn't good at that either.
He was better than Devin White.
Quan had great athletic ability, but Devin White has better. The problem with Quan Alexander is he was late to reading plays. If I've seen I've watched highlight films of him. Okay, specifically, he read plays late. So what happened? A play would develop, and he wouldn't read it quick enough, and he would put himself out of position.
Let me tell you something real quick.
Quan Alexander was a great player, dude, and it sucks we lost him. But the problem is it's either we already knew we were going to be drafting that high. We didn't know if we could go up and get one of the pass rushers. We could have kept Quan and drafted Josh Allen, but actually we didn't have the money to do that though either. So that was the biggest problem. We wanted to keep him. We just didn't have the money.
Yes, and let me just.
Where are we going to get that money from?
You're not letting me speak. Look, the Bucs will be 7-9. That's my projection. You're not letting me talk. You're not letting me talk and do everything. You're being rude right now. You're not letting you talk.
You've been talking this whole time.
But you have no Alright, in the comments, tell this man has been interrupting me. Look, the Bucs will be 7-9. That's my prediction. Their defense is not going to get that much better. People like my dad are overrating this team. People like me are valuing the team exactly where it should be. 6, 7, 8 wins. That's exactly where the Bucs are gonna be. And
10, baby. 10 wins, baby. 10, baby.
We already predicted that they're gonna be 9 and 7.
10.
Anyways,
10.
Alright,
10,
anyways,
10, 10, 10.
you hear this man's projections. They say he's gonna be 9 and 7. I say 7 and 9. I think they'll be a lot better, but I still think they're gonna not make the playoffs.
So are you done talking? Can I interrupt you now?
Now, this video is kind of getting long, so we should end the video. Unless you want to end it off with something. You want to end it off with one last thing?
He's a hater, so.
I'm a hater? How? I've said they're 7-9. That's better than what everyone else is saying, bro.
Anyways, so you're forgetting. Okay, there's so many different things you're forgetting there about the defense. Okay, it's like we should just make a video about the Buccaneers defense because Todd Bowles, our corners every corner that we have on our team is a press corner. Do you know the difference between a press corner and a zone corner?
Yes, I know the difference.
Which most corners are press. Very little corners are good at zone. Because zone is just you have to have experience. You have to read quarterbacks. You have to know where to be. It's crazy. Anyways, so our corners are press corners. They're young, but they're press. That's what we're going to be doing. Last year with Mike Smith, we didn't play press. Okay, we played off coverage, which makes no sense when you can't listen. If you can't get pressure from your front four, the only way you're going to get pressure is by blitzing, which is what we are going to do with Todd Bowles. And the only way you can blitz is you have to play press man coverage. And that is what we are going to do with Todd Bowles. If you go and look at it, he is one of, if not the most aggressive defensive coordinator in the NFL. He blitzes like crazy. So yes, you're right. We might give up a few big plays here and there, but we're also going to make some extremely big plays because Levante David is already proven as one of the best blitzing linebackers in the NFL.
Look, I'm just gonna say this.
I'm gonna give you an example. I have stats to back up what I'm talking about. When we had Greg Schiano, okay, that's the Levante David that you're going to get. He had 7 sacks and 5 interceptions with 145 tackles that season. Should have been in the conversation for Defensive Player MVP. Should have been. He wasn't even all pro that year, which he should have been, which was a disgrace.
Yeah, I agree with that. But what they have to say is, look,
those stats. Show me another linebacker with those stats. 145 tackles, 7 sacks, 5 interceptions. There's not so many linebackers in the NFL that actually have even ever done that. Period. So I'm telling you right now, our defense is going to be vastly improved.
One thing I gotta say is, look, I agree that the Bucs have good players. I agree that they're going to be better. But
We're just talking about the defense.
Their culture and their defense is not going to improve so much to get them to over the hump. They're going to be 7-9. Disgusting. They're going to be 7-9, and that's how I'm going to end off the video. All right, guys.
Thanks, guys, so much. We went a little long here. It's our first video. Next time, what we'll do is we'll just we'll stick to specific subjects, like say the Buccaneers defense or offense. or predictions of the season, which is what we started with, the predictions. We should have just stopped the video after that, but we kind of went on.
Yeah, we kind of went
It's
on a
all
little
good.
rampage. But all right.
So thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in.
Subscribe, like, all the good stuff.
Subscribe,
Peace.
like, and wait, I gotta say, peace.